Royal Champion charge into dragons is ridiculously strong at lower town hall levels due to how easy and broken it is. So let's break down the army and how you can easily 3-star any base with it at Town Hall 15. So this army is broken up into 2 parts. Phase 1 is the Royal Champion charge, and Phase 2 is using your dragons to take down the rest of the base. So I will go over each phase one by one to help you understand both of them with details. But before that, let's tell you the hero equipments you need for each hero. Starting with the Royal Champion, she will be using her Electro Boots paired with the Rocket Spears. The Electro Boots is a must-have epic equipment for this strategy, as this will provide passive DPS to all the surrounding buildings, which will help in clearing them faster during the charge. It also allows you to turn defenses invisible during the charge and get much more value with your invisibility spells. And as for the Rocket Spears, they will be used to clear defenses from a distance before using your invisibility spells, which allows you to get more value with your charge. It also provides passive DPS to the RC, which will help to speed up the charge and get more value with it. And as for the Archer Queen, you want to use her giant arrow paired with the action figure. The giant arrow will be used in taking down air defenses or sweepers inside the base, while the action figure boosts the survivability of your queen, which allows her to set up funneling on the outside. But if you don't have the action figure, then you can also use her healer puppet instead. And as for the Minion Prince, his default build works just as good, as it allows you to slow down defenses inside the base with his dark orb, while the Henchman puppet can be used to tank some damage and look out for traps. But you can also use his Meteor Staff instead of the Henchman puppet if you have that upgraded. And lastly, for the Grand Warden, he will be using his classic Eternal Tome and the Healing Tome combo, as it will be crucial inside the core of the base to protect your troops and to heal them back up. So to start off the attack, you want to use the Royal Champion charge. This will be using 11 invisibility spells to get value from the base. But before that, you want to use her Rocket Spears to take down defenses from a distance before you start using your invisibility spells. And after the Rocket Spears expire, you want to start turning her invisible every 4 seconds to keep her alive and moving between defenses. But don't worry if she does get target for a millisecond, as you will be completely fine. Remember, we do want to take down the core of the base with the charge, and if you manage to do so, the chances of your hit rate will increase by a lot. And since you also have the passive DPS increase from the Rocket Spears, it should make the charge more quick, which allows you to get more value. Otherwise, you want to make sure that you are skipping some defenses to let the Electro Boots finish them off, in order to get more value with the charge. And after you've used all of your invisibility spells, you should have taken down the majority of the base, including some key defenses. So now that you've taken down a large portion of the base with your charge, it's time to send in all of your dragons to clean up the rest of the base. But before that, you want to use the Queen's Giant Arrow to snipe out 1 or 2 air defenses or sweepers, and also to set up funneling for your dragons. You also have a few baby dragons with this army to clear out some trash buildings on the opposite side and set up funneling. And now you want to use all of your dragons, Minion Prince, Sky Wagon along with the Grand Warden, to take down the rest of the base. And they should easily manage to do so, since you've already taken down the majority of the base with your charge. And as you go a little bit deeper into the base, you want to use the Grand Warden's ability to protect all of your dragons and heal them back up. You mainly want to do this near the Town Hall's poison, as it can do a massive amount of damage to your troops. And for the most part, there shouldn't be anything major left in the base now that can harm your dragons, so you can use the Minion Prince's Dark Orb to slow down these back-end defenses. And you should have more than enough dragons alive to help overpower the back end of the base, and you should easily manage to get your 3 stars without any problem. So now that you know the basics of this army, here is the army comp that I recommend using for Town Hall 15 players. And now let's give you a visual example on how this army works to help you understand it better. So to start off the attack, you want to use your Royal Champion to dive into the base and get value. So we are using her Rocket Spears early to take down defenses from a distance before we start using our invisibility spells. And after we run out of the spears, we will start turning her invisible every 4 seconds using our invisibility spells. Remember, we can also turn some defenses invisible to let the Electro Boots finish them off. This way, we can get a lot more value with the charge. Also make sure that you're not spamming the invisibility spells, as even if she does get targeted for a split second, you will be completely fine. And if you struggle with the spell timings, you can just look at the time left in the attack, and deploy the spell every 4 seconds by looking at it. And since we have the passive DPS increase of the rocket spears, our charge would be a lot more efficient, as you will be able to take down defenses a lot quicker. And after we use all of our invisibility spells, we should have created enough pathing for our dragons, and taken down some key defenses. So now we want to use our Queen's Giant Arrow to take down 1 or 2 air defenses or sweepers, and let the Queen set up funneling for our dragons on one side, and over on the other side, we can use a few baby dragons to set up funneling. And now that we've created enough pathing for our main army, we want to use all of our dragons, Minion Prince, the Sky Wagon along with the Grand Warden, to take down the rest of the base. And since we have already taken down the majority of the key defenses, our dragons should have no problem going through the rest of the base. So we can use our totem spells to redirect some damage away from our dragons, and as we go a little bit deeper into the base, we want to use the Grand Warden's ability to protect all of our dragons and heal them back up, especially against the Town Hall's poison. And as long as you do the RC charge properly, and keep the RC alive until the very last invisibility spell, you should have no problem wrecking every base with this strategy. With how strong and broken this army is, you should now have a fun time wrecking every base with it. And if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more attack strategy guides coming in the future. With that, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.